Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany. I hope that this blog finds you well. So today's topic is going to be on grief in light of Memorial Day weekend. So this vlog is dedicated to my service members, of course my veterans, and those who have given the ultimate sacrifice of their life for our freedoms. Today's vlog is specifically meant for those individuals who have lost a loved one on the battlefield. Every day, I would say, I meet with a soldier who has lost a battle. They have been there for the last moments that that person was alive, and they've seen them take their last breath. The ramifications for having witnessed something like that is so deep for the soul. It causes a lot of hurt, a lot of pain and suffering, and a lot of negative thoughts and emotions. Some of those negative thoughts, as you can imagine, are guilt, regret, and a whole lot of anger. Oftentimes the survivors feel, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I had a crystal ball to predict the future, I would have done things differently. And oftentimes they blame themselves for not having known better. But as you know, that blame is fruitless because we don't have a crystal ball to predict the future. I encourage you to look at some of my other vlogs, more specifically the one on twisted guilt, if this is an issue for you. But when we feel this way, we think about the loved one that we've lost. We think about them with a lot of hurt, with a lot of suffering. This is the analogy that I use, and I really want to share it with you. So I tell my soldiers that the loved one that they lost is like a kite, right? I pray to God they're in heaven, and I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're looking down at us saying, you guys need to relax. I'm doing okay. I'm not suffering at all. They probably feel sorry for what we're going through, right? So imagine they're a kite in the sky, and our soldiers, airmen, you get the point, right? Whoever it may be who lost a loved one on the battlefield, we're tethering that one that we lost with a string of suffering and hurt and regret and shouldas and couldas and wouldas and guilt and a whole lot of anger. Now, this is my opinion, but if I were the one who had passed away, I wouldn't want to be connected to so much hurt, suffering, and negativity. I wouldn't want my loss and my sacrifice to make your life horrible. I would want my sacrifice to make you happy so that you can live your life with your family and enjoy the things that I can't now. So instead, what I would want you to do is let go of that string of suffering that you tether my kite to. I don't want you to forget me, and I'm not saying let go of me, but I'm asking you to let go of that string. Try another one. Pull another string to attach me to. Pull a string that is filled with love and compassion of all the silly times we spent together, all the ridiculous things we did, all the laughs that we had on deployment, and how we were brothers in a way that you can't even fathom. Remember me like that. Remember how I loved my family and how much they meant to me. Remember me for all the good. And I want you to be grateful for that sacrifice so that you can live your life happy. I don't want you, if I were that person, to think of me with regret and hurt. It's time to let that go. I don't want you to forget me, but hold on to me with this string of love and compassion and amazing memories. I always encourage my soldiers, that last image we have of that person is usually, unfortunately, one of the most horrific images, one of the ones that elicits the most pain and suffering. So I encourage them to replace that image with one that is positive. Of course, if we passed away, we want to be remembered for the positive images in our life, for everything that we've contributed and how we made this world a better place. So I encourage you to replace that image with the one where your buddy made you laugh so hard you pissed your pants. I'm sure that's how they would want you to remember them. Okay, so my goal here is to ask you to remember those we've lost, but remember them with a positive emotion. Don't remember them with something that holds you back in your life or causes you tremendous negativity. I can only imagine if I were the one who lost my life, I wouldn't want you to live that way, in that hurt and that suffering. This message obviously will not be enough. And if you're feeling a certain way as a service member or veteran, please go seek health services, behavioral health services that can really help you and guide you out of some of the stuck thoughts that you're having that are causing you a lot of hurt. So today, on my last note, I just want to thank all service members. I want to thank all veterans for their sacrifice because you signed that contract. And of course, I thank all of our soldiers, all of our airmen, all of our sailors, all of our Marines that are no longer with us, who have sacrificed their life for God and country. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope everyone has an amazing Memorial Day weekend and that they spend it with their loved ones, but that they always remember the reason we're celebrating. We're celebrating their life, the life they lived to make our lives better. Thank you. Don't forget, always push the love forward. If you have questions or comments, put them below. And of course, please subscribe. I hope you have a blessed week.